Okay class, today's lesson is how to do Matoya's Relict. This dungeon came out in 5.4 Shadowbringers. If you like spoilers, then please continue on with Reckless Abandon. Today, I'll be assisted by Paragos and the coolest old lady in Dravania, Matoya. Would you like to start us off, you old hussy?
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Paragos say, or you'll wish you had.
In short, listen to what the frogs say, or you're going to have a bad time. First things first, as always, appreciate your waifus. If there are no waifus available, then appreciate your own. The first ingredient Matoya wants us to get is clay, and the Paragos are more than happy to assist us by opening a gooey portal deeper into the relic for us. When on the other side, the Parago will instruct you to deal with the pests that's accumulated there over the years. These of course are just mobs. You'll then pull them all to the end of the wall and single target them down as normal. Once the first pack is done, the Parago will teach us how to frog leap to the other side to go ahead and pull the second wave of mobs. Again, pull them to the end of the wall and single target them all down, only using AoE when there's one or two enemies left. Then comes our first boss fight. The clay of course is being guarded by the Mudman. You'll first want to shower in the mud puddles called Petrified Peat, all in the attempt to get ready for Peat Pelt. These giant balls will drop down and then will target each player and then run at them like it's a pinball game. What you want to do is not move yourself in front of one of the circles on the outside of the arena. You want to get hit by the pelt as many times as possible. While there is sadly no Vone candy with this, it does feel good regardless. Look at him, he's enjoying himself. The second time he does this, some allies of his will come out of the holes and help you keep the pelts outside of the holes. Toss your pelts to them and they'll throw them right back at you, possibly even harder. Once the Mudman is down, you acquire the clay and the Parago will make a new portal and you will have to start all over again. Once through the portal, we'll be back at the beginning of the relic where now the Paragos want us to get the water flowing again, something I'm sure Matoya wants us to do, and so they'll make a moist portal for us to go through. And as the Paragos say, stick close to them, because up ahead is some gelatin and some other mobs that you're totally not going to pull and single target down. You're going to stay away from them and stick with the Parago, alright? Once the sneaking mission is over, we'll have to deal with the second boss, the Nixie. The first mechanic is a tank buster called Crash Mash. The rest of the party should jump in front of each line and take the hit so that the tank doesn't die. The next mechanic, the walls will light up indicating that water will be pushed out. Stand in front of the circles to get wet. So apparently the Nixie doesn't think there's enough water, so it's going to summon some geysers to spray us. If you are caught in one of these, you will be lifted up onto a platform where you have to fight some ads, and then the Nixie will blow up the arena with water. Avoid this and stay onto the arena, that way you get wet. And after that, the fight will continue on until you dry out the Nixie. Once the Nixie accepts defeat, the Paragos will open a new portal for you right after they get the water flowing again. Returning to the beginning once again, a new Parago will lead us through another portal. It's a little warmer than the others. Unlike the last Parago, this one's just going to leap on ahead, goading us, telling us not to fall behind, while leaving us to single target all the mobs all the way to the end of the wall. All while a suspicious entity just pops out of the lava from the sides and shoots at us. I think they're working together. Clearly. Once the packs of mobs have been dealt with, we'll have to deal with our harasser. Be sure to AoE him down. Once defeated and the final ingredient obtained, the Parago will open a new portal for us to return back to the beginning of the dungeon. But we're going to assert dominance and just return after he's opened up the portal.
Right then, let's get this over with. Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Well, you heard her. Matoya just gave us full permission to perform child abuse on this newborn Porksy. In this fight, the DPS tanks the tank role while your tank actually takes an off-tank role for the duration of the fight. After a few easy to read mechanics, the mother Porksy will leap to the other edge of the arena, which you'll want to follow her and be as close as possible. She will then try to suck the party in while also throwing AoEs at them. What you'll want to do is get hit by these AoEs so that you stop moving and don't get sucked into her. After that, she'll then summon a wind elemental that you want to ignore, because if you kill it, it's going to blow you into the air and kill you. After that, just AoE her down until she dies. And that's all. Give your commendation to your favorite waifu and go and enjoy the cutscenes. And that's Matoya's Relict. I hope you enjoyed this little guide. And that's it for today's instruction. Class is hereby dismissed. Thank you and have a good day. Instructor? You again? What is it this time? I think you may have missed some parts of the course. There are things you blatantly ignored throughout. I gave instructions exactly where it was required. Do you expect me to hold your hand over the entire course of the lesson? Well, actually, that's the whole point. That's enough. Get out!